Have you ever considered the possibility that some foods that you consume on a regular basis could be quietly wreaking havoc on your kidneys, causing major health problems such as proteinuria? Today, we are going to discuss the top 6 foods that are harmful to your kidneys and recommending that you stay away from them. Without being aware of the possible harm that these foods could cause to our essential organs, a significant number of us consume them on a regular basis. At the conclusion of this in-depth investigation, you will be equipped with the knowledge you require to make decisions that are better for your kidney health and to protect your kidneys. So, let's get started and find out which items you should avoid eating on your plate. Proteinuria is a condition that is defined by the presence of an abnormal amount of protein in the urine. This condition can be a warning indication of organ damage that has occurred in the kidneys. In the usual course of events, proteins are too big to be able to pass through the kidney's highly developed filtration mechanism and remain in the bloodstream. On the other hand, when the kidneys are injured, this filtering system can become disrupted, which makes it possible for proteins such as albumin to seep into the urine. Not only does this leakage constitute an indication that the kidneys are not functioning as they should, but it also has the potential to cause additional harm to the kidneys if it is not addressed. Proteinuria that does not go away is frequently linked to chronic kidney disease, which can eventually lead to more serious kidney problems, including end-stage renal failure. In order to keep the kidneys healthy and avoid further difficulties, it is essential to have a solid understanding of proteinuria and to manage it effectively, because these organs are responsible for filtering waste products, extra water, and other impurities out of your blood. Maintaining the health of your kidneys is essential to your general well-being. They are also responsible for regulating blood pressure, maintaining electrolyte balance, and producing red blood cells. Keeping the kidneys in good health is extremely important since once damage has been done, it is frequently permanent. When it comes to kidney health, diet is a very important factor. It is easier to maintain a healthy body weight, prevent diabetes, heart disease, and other illnesses that are related with renal disease when one consumes a diet that is well balanced. Certain nutrients such as sodium, phosphorus, and protein are often restricted in a diet that is kidney-friendly. This is done in order to lessen the stress that these organs are under, which in turn enables them to perform more effectively and reduces the likelihood that the disease will advance. It is possible to dramatically lower the chance of developing kidney problems and to enhance general health and longevity by choosing dietary choices that are informed by all available information. In the medical field, proteinuria refers to a condition in which there is an excessive amount of protein present in the urine. This is a symptom that frequently indicates kidney damage or disease. Albumin and other proteins are generally kept in the bloodstream by healthy kidneys during the filtering process. This is due to the fact that these proteins are necessary for a variety of body processes, including the regulation of hormones, the repair of tissues, and the operation of the immune system. It is impossible to stress the necessity of appropriately treating proteinuria. A filtration system is one of the most important tasks of the kidneys, and early detection and correct dietary management can prevent the progression of kidney damage, hence preserving renal function and overall health. The kidneys are responsible for filtering through the bloodstream. Within a single day, your kidneys are responsible for filtering approximately 200 quarts of blood, removing approximately 2 quarts of waste materials and excess water. This filtration process is sensitive and extremely effective. Nonetheless, it is susceptible to disruption from a variety of causes, including nutrition, which can easily occur. In the event that proteins are found in the urine, this is a certain indication that the filtration barrier of the kidneys has been broken. A common cause of this breach is injury to the glomeruli, which are the minuscule filtering units that are located within the kidneys. Damage to the glomeruli can be brought on by a number of different illnesses, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and some autoimmune diseases. When these circumstances are present, there is a considerable increase in the likelihood of developing proteinuria. In order to effectively control proteinuria, it is necessary to not only make adjustments to one's food, but also to make adjustments to one's lifestyle, implement medical treatment, and schedule routine checkups with a healthcare practitioner. Monitoring blood pressure and controlling blood sugar levels are both essential components of sustaining kidney health. In addition, maintaining proper hydration, engaging in regular physical activity, and avoiding tobacco products are all ways to further support renal function. In conclusion, proteinuria is a condition that, despite the fact that it can be a frightening condition, is one that can be effectively handled with the appropriate approach. You may take preventative measures to safeguard these essential organs, stay informed, maintain your health, and make decisions that support your kidneys for a long and healthy life if you have an understanding of the foods and lifestyle choices that have an impact on kidney health. First and foremost, processed meat, that is, processed meats such as sausages, deli meats, and bacon, are often high in sodium and preservatives, which makes them especially hazardous to the health of the kidneys. There is a direct connection between sodium and the regulation of blood pressure, and an excessive consumption of sodium can result in hypertension, which is a major risk factor for kidney injury. The kidneys have to exert more effort in order to filter out the excess salt, which can cause them to become strained over time. This strain can affect the kidney's capacity to filter out foreign substances, which can result in problems such as proteinuria. Furthermore, a significant number of processed meats contain preservatives like nitrates and phosphates, both of which have the potential to make renal problems even more severe. These substances have the potential to cause damage to the kidneys by possibly causing an increase in the production of proteins in the urine and diminishing the function of the kidneys. Nitrates, which are frequently utilized in processed meats for the purpose of preserving and enhancing flavor, have been linked to increased oxidative stress and inflammation in the kidneys. Phosphates, on the other hand, can cause an imbalance in mineral levels, which places additional strain on the kidneys, who are already working hard to keep the electrolyte balance in the body in check. It is therefore possible that the consumption of processed meats on a regular basis can contribute to the development of proteinuria as well as other kidney-related health problems. The presence of protein in the urine is a significant indicator of kidney damage. This indicates that the kidneys are not effectively performing their filtration role over time. This can lead to chronic kidney disease, which is a condition that can progress to more severe stages, including end-stage renal disease, which requires dialysis or a kidney transplant from a medical professional. Furthermore, the high salt level of processed meats can cause fluid retention, which means that the kidneys and the heart have to work harder to keep up with the increased strain. A vicious cycle can be created as a result of this, in which the kidneys are further damaged by rising blood pressure, which in turn perpetuates the reduction in renal function. In order to safeguard kidney function, this highlights the importance of consuming food in moderation and making healthy dietary choices. There are lean, unprocessed protein sources that are healthier alternatives to processed meats. Some examples of these sources include chicken, turkey, fish, beans, and legumes. These alternatives often have less sodium and do not include any toxic preservatives, which reduces the amount of strain that is placed on the kidneys. You may feed your body with the vital nutrients it needs without having a negative impact on the health of your kidneys by include a wide variety of fresh, complete foods in your diet. Secondly, sugary foods, which include sodas and sweets, are known to provide substantial dangers to the health of the kidneys as well as to the physical well-being of the individual. A high sugar intake causes elevated blood sugar levels, which can put additional stress on the kidneys as they work to filter and eliminate excess glucose from the blood over time. This can contribute to the development of diabetes, which is a major risk factor for chronic kidney disease in individuals who have diabetes. For individuals with diabetes, the kidneys have to work harder to filter blood, which can lead to damage over time and potentially result in conditions such as proteinuria, which is when protein leaks into the urine. Additionally, consuming an excessive amount of sugar can result in obesity, which is another risk factor for kidney damage. Individuals who are obese have a higher likelihood of having high blood pressure and diabetes, both of which can have a negative impact on renal function. Damage to the blood arteries in the kidneys can be caused by high blood pressure, which in turn reduces the kidney's capacity to filter waste adequately. In the event that this damage is not appropriately addressed, it might eventually result in chronic renal disease and finally fail kidney function. In addition to these dangers, a diet rich in sugar can sometimes result in the creation of kidney stones. This is especially true for individuals who consume a significant quantity of fructose, which is a type of sugar that can be found in a wide variety of processed foods and beverages. It has been demonstrated that fructose causes an increase in the excretion of calcium, oxalate, and uric acid, all of which can contribute to the creation of kidney stones. Kidney stones are formed when minerals and other components in the urine become concentrated and crystallize. In order to preserve kidney health and reduce the risk of diseases associated to kidneys, it is essential to reduce the amount of sugary foods you consume. Consuming sugar can assist in the regulation of blood sugar levels, the reduction of the risk of developing diabetes, and the prevention of obesity, all of which are essential for the health of the kidneys. Third, a snack that is high in sodium. Snacks that are high in sodium, such as chips and pretzels, can have a substantial influence on kidney health owing to the excessive amount of salt that they contain. Salt, also known as sodium chloride, is a major contributor to elevated blood pressure, which is a leading cause of kidney stress and damage. The blood arteries that flow to and within the kidneys are put under stress when the blood pressure is raised to a high level. It is possible that this strain will, over time, cause the kidneys to become less effective in filtering blood, which may ultimately result in renal disease. In spite of the fact that the kidneys play a significant part in maintaining the sodium balance in the body, consuming an excessive amount of salt might throw off this equilibrium. As a result of an excessive amount of salt in the bloodstream, the kidneys are forced to exert more effort in order to excrete the appropriate quantity. Having a higher workload can result in impaired kidney function and an increase in the amount of protein that is found in the urine, a condition that is referred to as proteinuria. Proteinuria is a crucial signal of kidney disease because proteins like albumin tend to be retained in the bloodstream rather than being eliminated in urine. Proteinuria is a symptom that kidney damage has occurred. The fact that there is protein in the urine is an indication that the kidney's filtration system is operating at an impaired level. Fluid retention can cause swelling in various sections of the body, increase blood volume, and ultimately lead to a rise in blood pressure. Furthermore, a high salt consumption frequently results in fluid retention, which places additional pressure on the kidneys and exacerbates illnesses such as hypertension and heart disease. Consequently, this results in a vicious cycle in which high blood pressure causes more damage to the kidneys, which in turn perpetuates the loss in renal function. It is vital to reduce the consumption of snacks that are high in salt in order to maintain good kidney function and to prevent health problems related to the kidneys. Red meat comes in at number 4. There is a high concentration of protein in red meat, and although protein is an essential ingredient for proper body function, consuming an excessive amount of it can be taxing on the kidneys. Diets that are high in protein, particularly those that are heavy in red meat, have the potential to enhance the metabolic load that one's kidneys are under. This is due to the fact that the kidneys have to exert more effort in order to eliminate the nitrogen waste that is created by the metabolism of proteins. This increased workload can, over time, lead to hyperfiltration, which is a condition in which the kidneys are required to filter more blood than is typical. This state of hyperfiltration can put stress on the kidneys and contribute to the acceleration of the progression of renal damage that is already present, which could ultimately result in chronic kidney disease. Furthermore, diets that are high in red meat are frequently linked to higher levels of animal fats and specific harmful chemicals that are formed during the processing or cooking of meat. These substances, which include advanced glycation end products, AGs, and heterocyclic amines, HCAs, can further exacerbate kidney strain and contribute to the development of proteinuria, which is characterized by the excretion of an excessive amount of protein in the urine. There is a key marker of kidney disease known as proteinuria, which indicates that the kidney's ability to filter blood is impaired. People who are at risk of developing kidney disease or who are currently suffering kidney difficulties are frequently recommended to reduce the amount of protein they consume, particularly from sources of red meat, in order to reduce the amount of strain that is placed on their kidneys and to maintain the general health of their kidneys. The fifth on the list is dairy products. Although dairy products are healthy, they include a high quantity of phosphorus, which can be harmful to kidney health if ingested in big quantities. The kidneys are responsible for controlling the levels of phosphorus in the body, with the kidneys playing a critical role in this process. On the other hand, when kidney function is impaired, the kidneys may have difficulty effectively eliminating excess phosphorus. Phosphorus levels in the blood that are too high might cause problems with the bones and the cardiovascular system. Managing phosphorus intake becomes necessary because, over time, excessive phosphorus can lead to the development of bone illnesses such as osteoporosis. Phosphorus is essential for bone health, but it can be hazardous to persons with renal disease if it is consumed in excess outside of the bones. The reason for this is that excessive levels of phosphorus can cause calcium to be drawn out of the bones, which reduces their strength. In addition, an excessive amount of phosphorus can cause the tissues in the heart and arteries to become calcified, which can result in cardiovascular disorders such as arterial stiffness and hypertension. The possibility of developing heart disease. The ability of the body to make effective use of other minerals, such as calcium and iron, can be negatively impacted by high levels of phosphorus, which further complicates existing health problems. It is possible for phosphorus to bind with calcium in the blood, which can result in a decrease in the amount of calcium that is available for use in other bodily activities. This might potentially lead to hypocalcemia. Because of this imbalance, the release of parathyroid hormone can occur, which can further deplete calcium from bones, so increasing the problems that are already present with bone health. Because of this, individuals who have kidney problems or who are at a high risk for developing renal disorders are frequently recommended to reduce the amount of dairy products they consume in order to control their phosphorus levels and reduce the strain placed on their kidneys. In order to safeguard kidney health and limit phosphorus intake, the following are some measures that can be utilized. The first step is to restrict the consumption of foods that are rich in phosphorus. This includes dairy products such as milk, cheese, and yogurt, as well as certain processed meals that may include phosphates that have been added. Two selected choices that are low in phosphorus: almond milk, rice milk, and other plant-based milk substitutes that are not fortified with phosphate are examples of alternatives that are low in phosphorus and should be considered first. Read the labels on the food boxes. Be wary of the phosphorus that is concealed in processed meals. Components such as phosphate or phosphoric acid are indicators of phosphorus that has been added, which can lead to an increase in the overall intake. In the fourth step, you should ensure that you consume a suitable amount of calcium through sources that are low in phosphorus. This will help you maintain bone health and maintain a balanced phosphorus level. On the other hand, meals that are fortified with calcium, some fruits, and green leafy vegetables can be good options. Stay hydrated. Number 5. Drinking a lot of water helps the kidneys filter out excess phosphorus and maintain proper hydration levels, both of which are essential for kidney function. Sixth, consult with a dietitian. A registered dietitian who specializes in renal nutrition can assist in the creation of a personalized eating plan that strikes a balance between phosphorus, calcium, and other essential nutrients. 7. Make use of phosphate binders. Phosphate binders are medications that help lower the amount of phosphorus that is absorbed from diet. Phosphate binders are prescribed by medical professionals to patients who have established kidney disease. Eighth, it is essential to have regular checks with a healthcare professional in order to monitor phosphorus levels and renal function. This is necessary in order to effectively manage and alter specific dietary requirements. At number 6, artificial sweeteners, which are typically found in diet sodas and sugar-free processed foods, have been the topic of debate in relation to the influence that they have on the health of the kidneys. These sweeteners provide an alternative to sugar that is lower in calories. Nonetheless, there is evidence from some research that suggests they may have negative effects on renal function. When it comes to kidney function, for instance, studies have suggested that consuming significant quantities of particular artificial sweeteners may be associated with a deterioration in kidney function. One of the things that can cause concern is the fact that certain artificial sweeteners might be responsible for the creation of kidney stones. As a result of the molecules in these sweeteners having an effect on the equilibrium of minerals and the pH of urine, an environment is created that is more conducive to the formation of kidney stones. Stones in the kidney are solid deposits that are composed of minerals and salts. If they become lodged in the urinary tract, they can result in excruciating discomfort, not to mention further issues. In addition, there is a continuing discussion on whether or not the consumption of artificial sweeteners might either directly cause harm to the kidneys or that it can exacerbate kidney problems that already present. According to the findings of a few studies, artificial sweeteners may have the potential to change the microbiota in the gut, which can have important implications for metabolic processes and renal function. Variations in the microbiome of the gut have the ability to influence the manner in which the body metabolizes and eliminates waste, which may result in the kidneys experiencing more strain. Given these potential risks, people who already have kidney disease or are at risk of developing such conditions are typically cautious about their consumption of artificial sweeteners. Although additional research is required to definitively determine the impact that these substances have on kidney health, it may be advisable to limit their consumption as a precautionary measure. This is especially true for individuals who have compromised kidney function or other health concerns related to kidney health. As maintaining kidney health through diet is essential, entails making educated decisions regarding the meals we consume in order to guarantee that they contribute to the overall operation of these essential organs while simultaneously reducing the amount of stress that they are under. In order to keep your kidneys in good health, here are some additional dietary recommendations. Maintaining proper hydration is of the utmost importance. Consuming an adequate amount of water throughout the day assists the kidneys in eliminating salt and other toxins from the tissues of the body. One should strive to drink between 6 and 8 glasses of water on a daily basis in order to guarantee that waste products are adequately eliminated from the body, hence lowering the stress on the kidneys. However, the precise quantity may change based on factors such as your body size, level of activity, and general state of health. It is essential to pay attention to your body and increase the amount of water you consume if you engage in physical activity or if you live in a hot area where you may lose more fluids through sweating. Limiting the amount of salt that you consume is another important part of kidney health. The consumption of a diet that has a high amount of salt can result in elevated blood pressure, which in turn places additional stress on the kidneys. The tiny blood arteries that are found within the kidneys can be damaged by high blood pressure, which has the effect of reducing the kidney's capacity to filter blood adequately. Choose fresh foods over processed ones if you want to cut down on your salt consumption. Owing to the fact that as a flavor enhancer and preservative, processed foods frequently contain a high amount of sodium. Make an effort to flavor your dishes with herbs and spices rather than grabbing for the salt shaker that you normally use. Fresh herbs such as basil, cilantro, and parsley, as well as spices like as turmeric, cumin, and paprika, can be used to enhance the flavor of your meals without causing any adverse effects. In addition, increasing the amount of fruits and vegetables that you consume is another important technique for ensuring that your kidneys remain healthy. The kidneys are protected from harm by the presence of certain foods, which contain a high concentration of antioxidants and important minerals. You can get the benefits of a wide range of vitamins and minerals by making it a goal to incorporate a wide array of colored fruits and vegetables into your diet. Minerals. Berries, for example, contain a significant amount of antioxidants. Cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli and Brussels sprouts are rich in fiber and vitamin C, while leafy greens such as spinach and kale are a good source of iron and calcium. Selecting whole grains rather than processed grains can also be beneficial to the health of the kidneys. When compared to other grains, whole grains, such as brown rice, barley, and quinoa, have a lower phosphorus and potassium content, but they are higher in fiber and other essential nutrients. When it comes to protein consumption, moderation is the key. Although protein is an essential component of any diet, consuming high amounts of it can cause the kidneys to work harder to process the byproducts of protein metabolism. This balance is especially beneficial for individuals who have kidney concerns because it helps these individuals maintain proper nutrition without overloading the kidneys. It is especially challenging for people who already have kidney problems to deal with this situation. Managing your intake of potassium and phosphorus is also crucial, particularly if your kidney function is damaged. If you want to reduce the strain that your kidneys are under, you should think about increasing the amount of plant-based proteins that you consume, such as beans, lentils, and tofu. Additionally, you should consume lean meats, such as fish and fowl. The consumption of foods that are high in phosphorus, such as dairy products, beans, and nuts, and foods that are high in potassium, such as bananas, oranges, and potatoes, should be monitored and moderated in order to help prevent issues and maintain optimal kidney function. You can help keep your kidneys functioning effectively and prevent the onset of kidney-related health issues by following these dietary guidelines. However, it is always best to consult with a healthcare provider or a dietitian to tailor dietary choices to your specific health needs, especially if you already have a kidney condition for which you are concerned. Making informed and balanced dietary choices is a proactive step towards ensuring long-term kidney health and overall well-being, Ensuring an adequate intake of these essential nutrients while maintaining proper hydration can significantly contribute to kidney health and overall well-being. As with all health-related matters, individual needs can vary, especially for those with existing health conditions. Therefore, consulting with a healthcare provider is recommended to determine the best dietary plan for your specific circumstances, choosing healthy alternatives to. Consuming foods that are harmful to your kidneys can help protect them and improve your overall health. Every one of the items that were covered earlier has a few alternatives that are better for your health. First, choose lean, unprocessed proteins like chicken, breast, turkey, or fish instead of processed meats. Additionally, plant-based proteins like lentils, beans, and tofu are also excellent alternatives to processed meats. Your kidneys will have a much easier time processing these options because they include a low amount of sodium and do not contain any hazardous preservatives. 2. Rather than eating meals that are high in sugar, you should select fruits that contain natural sugars, such as apples, oranges, and berries. These fruits provide the sweetness that you may be craving, in addition to providing you with important fibers and antioxidants. In addition, if you want to fulfill your craving for sweets without the negative consequences of refined sugar, you might try utilizing natural sweeteners like honey or maple syrup in moderation. 3. Lieu of high-sodium snacks. Consider munching on unsalted almonds, peanuts, or homemade popcorn without extra salt. Snacks that are crisp, hydrating, low in sodium, and wonderful. For supporting kidney health are provided by fresh vegetables such as carrots, celery, or cucumber slices. These snacks not only provide a satisfying crunch, but also deliver essential nutrients without the excessive salt content instead of high protein. Red meats include more plant-based proteins and lean meats like poultry and fish in your diet. These options provide necessary protein without overburdening your kidneys. The maintenance of kidney function and the prevention of strain on these critical organs can be facilitated by maintaining a balanced protein diet. In place of foods that are high in phosphorus, you should limit your consumption of dairy products, beans, and nuts. If you have kidney function that is damaged, you should choose alternatives that are lower in phosphorus, such as rice milk, non-dairy creamers, or some vegetables and fruits that are naturally low in phosphorus. This can assist in the management of phosphorus levels in your blood and the prevention of issues associated to these levels. Therefore, instead of using artificial sweeteners, you should try to limit your use of diet drinks and sugar-free processed foods. Natural sweeteners and whole foods should be your primary emphasis instead. Drinking plain water or herbal teas can be a healthier alternative to drinking beverages that are artificially sweetened. This can help support overall kidney health. If you follow these dietary guidelines and make healthier food choices, you can help keep your kidneys functioning effectively and prevent the onset of health problems that are related to the kidneys. In order to tailor dietary choices to your specific health needs, it is always best to consult with a healthcare provider or a dietitian. This is especially important if you already have a kidney condition. Correct hydration, along with the appropriate balance of nutrients, can go a long way in supporting kidney health and overall well-being. Due to the fact that certain meals might have a detrimental effect on kidney health, it is essential to be cautious of the amount of food that you consume. It is possible for processed meats to cause an increase in blood pressure and strain on the kidneys because of their high salt and preservative content. Having diabetes and obesity, both of which can have a negative impact on kidney function, are both caused by the consumption of sugary foods. Snacking on foods that are high in sodium can cause an increase in blood pressure, which can make kidney stress worse. Despite the fact that red meat is an excellent source of protein, consuming it in big quantities might cause the kidneys to become overloaded. In spite of the fact that they are nutritious, dairy products contain significant levels of phosphorus, which, when consumed in excessive amounts, can be detrimental, particularly for individuals who have kidney problems. Last but not least, artificial sweeteners, which are frequently considered to be a risk-free substitute for sugar, have the potential to have negative effects on renal health and should be utilized with caution prior to making any significant alterations to one's diet. It is of the utmost importance to contact with healthcare specialists, as they are able to offer individualized guidance that is tailored to your particular health requirements and situations. Any changes to your diet should be made with caution to ensure that they are beneficial to your kidney health and do not result in any additional health problems that were not intended. If you found this material to be helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to this channel, and share it with others so that more people can become aware of the importance of kidney health. Your assistance enables us to provide additional health tips and advice to a more extensive audience, which ultimately results in improved health outcomes for everyone. If you loved this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next video.